Now, if our next guest knows your name, you can be assured he may know more about you than you might think. I have had personal experience of this. Welcome name analyst Laurence Payg.
Hello, Becky.
Very nice to see you once again. We thought we'd kick off by talking about Leo Blair. I love the name Leo, actually, I have to say. But is it a good name? Was it a good choice by Tony and Cherie?
Well,
baby?
I waited for the phone call, but I wasn't consulted,
Really?
Becky. Let's have a look at Leo Blair. Now, you probably already know, all I do, I put a number under a letter and add it up to its own individual total. If we look at Leo, the L is a 3, the E is a 5, the O is a 6, and the whole total is a 14. We do the same with Blair, 2, 3, 1, 9, 9, and that's a 24. The combination is not a bad combination. Leo, first of all, is an energetic child. Very bright, lively. He'll be a handful as a toddler because he's intelligent with lots of energy. A logical brain, he can be good with law, he may well follow Sherry's footsteps. Love of social life, a love of his friends. They're going to egg him on, lead him astray, even get him into trouble when he's older. He needs to be taught to just tone them down, to have the right people around him. Blair is actually the quieter side. Love of music is in that name, a love of travel. But I'm sorry, he lacks the letters for major success like his father has. So he'll never shine the way his father did, but that doesn't stop him being happy and being successful at his own level.
So if you were to desire that he was, I don't know, you know, Prime Minister, let's say, what letters would you add to that name?
Well, I would add 2 initials to his name, not to make him Prime Minister, Becky, but to bring more financial gains and more emotional gains. My personal choice would have been Leo C.G. Blair. 2 initials. Now let me explain. The middle initial C brings very strong health, strength, recovery if there's any illness, the ability to cope with anything. The middle initial G brings gains.
Well, the papers would have had an awful lot to say about that if they called him Leo C.G. Blair, wouldn't they?
They would indeed, but we're thinking of the little boy, not the newspapers and the publicity. But it's not a bad name, but it just lacks a little bit of career success. It will come in. The L brings change for the better. 14 to 17 is a lovely time. 28 to 31, again, he's got progress, advancement, but it could be a little bit better.
OK, listen, with the money he's been born into, we won't need any career, will he?
Probably we won't, yes.
Let's move on now to, we're talking about, oh, it's George from Oxford who's phoned. Hello, George.
Hello there.
Hi, George, how are you?
Hiya, fine.
Good. Now, we're talking about your little one, aren't we?
Yeah.
And is he called Harry George Minahan, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
OK, and he's 2 next month, isn't he?
Yeah, 23 months old now.
Oh, bless him. Oh, right. OK, so Harry George Minahan.
Hello, George. Harry's in charge of the family, isn't he, George?
At the moment, yes.
Let me explain.
2-year-olds.
Well, Harry definitely is, because Harry's his name totals 34, Harry. It actually gives strength of character, determination, willpower, and from an early age he will organise the people around him, whether they're adults or children, and he'll do it, George, whether you want him to do it or not. Good in all sorts of communications, written, spoken, when he's older, the electronic type, and he's ideally suited for managerial positions or even his own business. Now, George, your name as well, totals 39, bright, lively, impulsive. That's the playful side, the fun-loving side, sometimes even the mischievous side. It's a name that I like. There's a love of music there, and when he's a little bit older, any ladies with big eyes he will love and worship. He'll be a terror when he's older, I tell you.
Do you like ladies with big eyes, George?
Minahan is the love of travel and the business sense. He will do very well for himself. It's a name that I like, Minahan. A love of travel there. He'll keep in contact with friends he makes while he's abroad. It's a name that is excellent in business matters. There's a good business head on his shoulders, although George is a good balance for that. So what we've got is a nice balance there, George.
You seem rather happy with that name.
Indeed. OK. Let's be quite honest, the H at the beginning of Harry brings stress and strain for the first 8 years of his life, but it isn't serious. The G and George bring gains to balance that. So what you've actually given him is a balanced name.
He sounds
the
fantastic.
Y in Harry actually brings success into his life, major success, from 27 to the age of 34. So no problem, George.
No problem.
That's
good choice of name. All right.
Nice to speak with you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Very quickly, can we do Sally Ann in Derby? Hello, Sally Ann.
Hello.
Hi, Sally Ann.
Hi.
Hello, Sally.
So you'd like to see if yours is a good name?
I'd like to, yeah.
I wish I could say the same things I said about Harry, Sally, but I can't.
Okay.
The combination of Sally Ann as one name, which I understand yours is together, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Only actually used Sally.
Right. I would actually split the two. I would legally change your name to Sally and then Anne and then Evans.
That's a bit extreme, isn't it? Legally changing your name. Would you consider doing that, Sally?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Lots of my clients do change their
I know
names.
they
Becky.
do.
Right. Now, basically, my reason is that Sally Ann as one name together is not bad in many ways, but it's relationships that it can cause problems. It's a name that never really communicates at a deep, meaningful level. Now, we all know relationships only work where couples are equal. They need equal love, equal respect, equal roles to play, but they've got to totally communicate. Right. Split the name legally. Once you've done that, the ends in Anne then bring permanent love romance. It's there 10 years out of every 11 for you. It's very positive, but better still, the communication improves. Right. And you'll find your life can change just by splitting that name.
Do you mean she just has to legally split the name? She retains Anne, but she just legally splits the name?
At the moment, it's Sally Ann as one name.
Yeah.
It would be far better if it was Sally and then Anne separate.
Right.
If you really want to go the whole hog, Sally, add in a G. Sally Ann G. Evans. You're going to gain like you've never gained before.
Well, there you go, Sally. It's worth a try.
Right.
And if you do it, please let us know if it works.
If you contact me, I can do it for you. I change my clients' names using Depot.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
There we go.
There, the man can do it himself. Thanks, Sally. Good luck. Thank you for your call. Bye-bye. Extraordinary as ever, Mr. Payg.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. Now, excitement.